How do you do, and hello, welcome to the Rockoutloud podcast. I am Mark. This, as always, is my clipboard, and I am joined by not one, but two very special guests, Lucy and Jen. Wow, that is the first time I've ever called you by your first name.
I know, I wasn't Lucy's mom.
No, you were like, hey, hello.
Is that you?
Yeah, wow, weird. Don't know how I feel about that yet. We'll temperature check that in about 10 minutes. Welcome. Welcome. How are we doing?
Oh, so good.
So good. I 85% believed you.
85%?
I 75% believed you. Wow, great. Happy to have you guys here. Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, we're happy to be here, right? She's so embarrassed to be with me.
I believe that like 20% less. That's okay. We're happy to have you here. Why do we have you guys here?
I don't know. Why do you?
I don't know. I feel like something happened Sunday.
What happened?
What?
Concert?
There was a concert?
Yeah.
What concert?
The concert at the Stone Pony.
Oh.
All of you guys should have been there.
All of you guys.
Should have sold out.
To our Facebook family.
To the Facebook Live, to the camera too. Absolutely. Point at them.
Lisa, especially you. You should have been there.
Especially
How dare
you and
not
Lisa.
pay? How dare you?
Okay, concert.
We are not editing this, so this is going to be...
Oh no, this is all going in the podcast.
I know. I want her to hear that.
Already seeing this.
Good.
I want her to hear that.
For legal reasons, we would like to offer our apologies to Aunt Lisa. So, Lucy, how old were you when you started taking lessons at Rockoutloud?
8,
8-ish?
7,
7? 7's almost 8. And how old are you now?
10.
10. Neat. Now, Lucy, you are what I would refer to as a veteran of our concerts. You've played a lot of shows. You've done a lot of open mics. You are in a band. More on that in a minute. What has been your favorite experience performing at Rockoutloud?
One word. Steven.
What?
One word. Also, concerts. Best experience of my gosh darn life.
Yes. And what was your favorite concert experience?
Probably this one.
Probably the most recent one?
Yeah.
Nice.
Why?
Because number one, I made a whole lot of new friends, and number two, I got to see my old music teacher.
Hey!
She was over the moon that Stephen was there.
I, too, was over the moon.
Yeah, she was crying hysterically. She asked me in the car before we came, is Stephen going to be there? I'm like, I don't think so.
Psych!
And there he was. It was great.
Oh, rad. What has been your favorite Lucy performing experience at Rockoutloud?
I think her first ever one was my favorite when she did Blink 182.
And there was also Marlboro Day she did, remember that?
Yes, but that wasn't the first. That was like her.
It wasn't?
Yeah, no.
Oh.
That wasn't her first.
So tell me more about the first.
The very first one was at the House of Independence.
Oh, yes.
Yes, and she was backstage, and I had to let her kind of go. And this is when she just turned 8.
I remember that.
Yes, and she was backstage. There was someone backstage that had a not
Her
security
name
dog.
is Dakota.
Dakota was back there, and they had their dog, and Lucy sat with them the whole time, and it's just a core memory that's always going to be there. And then I remember standing out watching her, and I couldn't believe the confidence, and it was amazing to watch her out there.
It was all because of that man that you can't see back there. He's back there. His name is Mike.
Yeah, she tells this story to everybody about the gum.
That's right. You were so nervous. I'll never forget that. I'm like, you're going to be great. Just have this gum. And that was like the magic thing, the gum, remember?
Yeah. Yeah. So
Oh, I
that
love
that performance was just, it was new. It was new and it was exciting. And now every other performance, when she goes up on stage, I do all this practicing with her, especially with the bands, because she does 2 songs. She did 2 songs when she went to Dadinos.
Dandinos, yep.
So it's a lot of practice, and I do it with her, so I know all the songs now because I'm doing them with her. And I'm sitting there and I mouth the songs to her. I don't know if she can actually see me, but I mouth the songs. And this is me holding the phone. I'm like this, because I'm so nervous.
Follow-up question for Lucy. Can you read Mom's lips when she's mouthing the words to songs? Yes. Have you ever found that to be really, really helpful in a pinch? When?
At the concert.
At the most recent concert.
Yes.
Yeah. So what happened?
When I did, the AC/DC song, the name is too long to remember.
You shook me all
the
night long.
AC/DC song.
Ah,
You
yes.
shook me all night long.
Yes. She had to keep me up on the "You shook me all night long." I was like, Mom, how many left? How many more?
She was,
How many
her
left?
eyes
How
were
many more?
pleading with me, and I had no clue the count. I just kept singing it.
I think that's the real joy of live performances. Like, live performance is fun always, but it's never more fun than in the moment when something goes wrong in retrospect. That's like the most exciting thing, is like, oh, what do you do? So it's really nice that Mom was there to give you that.
You know what else is the most exciting part? When your drummer breaks their drumsticks.
Yes.
That was fun.
Honestly, what a blessing that he broke it on the very last hit of the song.
This is an omen, a very good omen.
It's a good omen. Means he played those sticks until they couldn't physically be played anymore. He maximally played the drumsticks, I think. Is that fair to say? It feels kind of fair to say.
I think he did phenomenal.
So
They all did phenomenal.
Until the drumstick just went kerplop.
Kerplop. So you've seen Lucy perform not with the band. You've also seen Lucy perform with the band. Incidentally, Lucy, would you mind telling Camera 2 and the Facebook Live the name of your band, please?
We're the Foxtrot Fighters.
The Foxtrot
This week.
Fighters.
This
It's
week.
the Fox.
This week.
Yeah.
This week it's the Foxtrot Fighters.
Well,
Before
now-
you know it, our name is going to change because we have a new pianist.
I was just gonna say that you guys got a new person, so
If you-
folks are gonna
If you
start
had to
something
change the
new.
name of the band right now, what would you change it to?
Whiskey Foxtrot Tango.
Whiskey Tango Foxtrot?
Yes, that. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot.
I can't.
The people who know the military phonetic language think that joke is very funny. Very good. Anyway, so you've seen Lucy perform with Foxtrot Fighters today. You've seen Lucy perform not with Foxtrot Fighters. Is there like a difference in energy between like when Lucy's performing on her own versus with the band?
Yeah, it's everything has always had a big difference to it. So, like I said, her very first performance, there was, I think, an older girl that was doing drums with her, and I'm not gonna say that there wasn't, like, it was a little girl and an older girl, and you see that a lot with the performances. So it's different than when she's with a band with her own people with her in her own age bracket that she spends an hour and a half a week with. So when she does that, when she's with her bandmates, there's a different kind of chemistry there. And she had a whole other band when we started this adventure with bands. She had a different drummer and a different guitarist. And you could definitely see how the different personalities make for a better show. So I think that her band now, they really kind of click. Even though they're so different, like John Luca's so much older and like, he's an older kid, but he clicks with her. And I guess maybe because he has a younger sister and he can click with her. I don't know, Anushka's very good with her because she's so shy and Lucy's just so crazy that it works so well. And you could tell in that last show that they really were just happy to all be there together. And that was great. And then there's, of course, the open mics where she's by herself. And that's when she gets to do her soulful stuff. And that's completely different, too, because she gives me goosebumps when she does that. So
Love that. Love having Lucy at the open mics. It's always a good time. A very reliable closing act, if you will. Like, really, you can always rely on Lucy to, like, put a period at the end of a show, which I really, really like.
I can always do an encore.
I can always do an encore. I can always do an encore. That's the Lucy quote. Good. Great. Lucy, I'm so excited to ask you this question. If you could pick one singer or artist that you would say has influenced you the most, who would you pick?
Janis Joplin.
Janis Joplin.
Good girl.
I thought you were going to say Steven.
So you're going to say Steven?
Definitely Steven.
Him too.
Oh, okay.
Him too.
And also Meatloaf.
Oh, okay.
And also me.
And also Meatloaf.
What did you think of that Meatloaf song? That was great.
He was great.
He was
I
great.
was speechless.
And the coach, I don't
Danielle.
remember her name, Daniela?
Oof.
Oh.
I know.
Oh.
Right?
That,
She came in.
That, again, chills. I loved it.
Yeah.
That's, Meatloaf is one of my absolute favorites. One of the celebrities I've cried for. And he did him justice. He really did.
Love that. Now, Lucy,
Yes.
can you describe what it is like working with your coach?
It's not torture. You're very nice. You're very nice. You're fun. You're very fun. You introduced me to Dragon Ball Z Abridged. I'm very happy about that.
Oh my Mamma Mia.
This is my okay. So for those of you viewing who are not familiar, Dragon Ball Z is a Japanese cartoon, an anime, and it's so needlessly long. There's a lot of episodes where nothing happens at all, and like purposefully so. It's annoying.
Those are my favorite episodes.
So somebody had this brilliant idea. What if we cut out all of this useless nonsense? And then somebody else had an idea. What if we cut out all that useless nonsense and made this into a comedy? And that, in a nutshell, is Dragon Ball Z Abridged. You're welcome. So, I don't know how I feel about your lessons aren't torture. That feels like something you were compelled to say. A little bit. But thankfully, glad you enjoy the lessons.
Like this much. Or this much.
Like this much we enjoy the lessons, or this much lessons are torture?
This much.
Is what? Torture?
Is not.
Is
Well, I mean,
is not torture. Oh no.
That means this much is
Well, this has been my
torture.
last podcast. I had a good run.
This much isn't torture. That much is torture.
Oh, good. Which parts would you say you don't like in lessons?
Steven.
Doing bands,
Doing
That would be.
doing band songs in lesson time.
doing band songs in lesson time.
Especially that one that we were gonna do, but we didn't end up doing by Paramore.
Which one was that?
Lucy's getting a backbone right now, I guess.
Good. I'm glad. Let's do it. Sick. Oh, that was
But we can.
that was very nice. I like that a lot. All we know.
Yeah, that one.
Word. I mean, it has.
Wow,
There's.
words, Lucy, words.
It always.
words.
There's always a next time.
There's always.
Oh, God.
There's always being a year older and probably liking in bands.
Now, Lucy, this is not your first podcast, yes?
No, it's not my. No, it's not my first podcast.
This is not your first not your first Rock Out Loud podcast, certainly, right?
You were
Yeah.
on a podcast with Steven.
Yeah.
And I have done my research on that podcast like a true professional, so I have some follow-up questions from your last
boy.
interview. That's the wrong page. To be clear, this is a chord chart. This is not questions. I'm not that much of a professional. Lucy, do you still want to be a bug doctor? A doctor for bugs.
Yes.
Yes, that is still
Really?
our goal, our end goal.
What do you
Well, maybe not
actually
our
want to
end
be
goal.
now?
I want to be a cosplayer when I grow up.
A cosplayer. Would you mind explaining to the people on camera too and Facebook Live what a cosplayer is?
It's a person who dresses up in very advanced costumes that they made mostly by hand, which I cannot do because I do not have the courage and patience for all that.
But the money is not like you have the money for this.
No.
Also not okay. Also a
not
problem.
the money.
Interesting.
We have the nothing.
We have the nothing.
We have the nothing for advanced
We have the
costumes.
drive.
We have the
We have the
drive.
Spirit Halloween knockoff costume.
We have the spirit of Halloween. I love that. Oh my goodness.
So to elaborate on Lucy, because I feel I have to, so that nobody makes fun of me.
Please.
She really wants to do
Dressing
robotics,
up in costumes.
costume robotics, like making animatronics and stuff. Which
Interesting.
would be robotic engineering. So yeah, a whole new scientific field that I have to now figure out.
It's
Love
just
that.
all maths.
So one more question for you.
Oh no.
What kind of changes have you observed in Lucy since she started taking lessons at Rock Out Loud?
I mean, I would love to say that she's. I guess she has grown in confidence, definitely. But I mean, that's like saying, you took something that was at 95% confidence and now she's at like 120% confidence. So, is overconfidence good?
It's so interesting because the first time I ever met Lucy, I don't know if you remember, I do. It was at Didino's Ballroom. That was the first concert I ever worked with Rock Out
I have
Loud.
fun pictures of that day.
I was backstage, helping out backstage. Lucy had an emotional support stuffed animal and was
Yeah.
super, super nervous.
You're right, she was.
And it was almost time for her to go on, and she needed somebody to hand the stuffed animal off to. And she like looked at me and was like, "You look safe. Hold this." And handed me the stuffed animal. And that was our first ever meeting.
You're right. After Didino's, she hasn't needed that emotional support stuffed animal. So that's actually really big stuff. I never even
Which
thought
one
about
was
that.
it? I forgot.
I don't remember.
Oh, I do know what you brought. You brought Montgomery Gator.
Montgomery
Oh my God!
Gator.
Yes, my FNAF. Yeah.
My FNAF.
Because Montgomery Gator was dressed up as a rock star, so we bought her rock star stuffed animal.
I love that.
Yes.
Now, Lucy, I have two final questions for you. One final question is, given that you are a Rock Out Loud veteran, a veteran of performance, what advice would you give to a student starting out at Rock Out Loud?
Goes George Washington mode. Together, we shall fight for confidence. And
What? Jeez.
You don't remember when George Washington said, "Together we will fight for
What does
confidence"?
that have to do with Rock Out Loud
Hey,
music
guys.
lessons?
That is a great question. A solid follow-up.
stay confident. That's it. Stay confident and don't die on stage.
Oh my God.
Stay confident, and honestly, don't die on stage is excellent advice. That
The 10-year-old.
solid. Lucy, I have one final question for you. It's a very special question.
All
Yes.
right.
What percentage is my phone at right now?
Ah, that's my favorite game.
Would you like a hint? I cannot believe my phone is at this percentage right now.
99. Almost.
I'm gonna go 18.
You're gonna go 18. Would you like to guess what percentage?
No, I'm not. I didn't know that you measured your progress on phone battery life.
My phone, Lucy, is at 100%.
Wow.
You charged it.
I
Jay!
can't believe it
You
either.
charged it.
Miracles do indeed happen. Thank you so much for joining us. This has been the Rock Out Loud podcast. I have been Mark. This has been my clipboard. This is my cell phone, fully charged, by the way. And I was joined today by my wonderful guests, Lucy and Jen. Still weird calling you Jen, but we did it.